Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your Tarot, Oracle, and Rune reading for the week of September 11th to the 17th, 2023. The rune that came out for you is called Nauthiz, and it came out in reversed. Beautiful. So this is the rune of necessity, and having it come out in reverse kind of shows you in this energy going into this week where you're kind of just observing, watching things kind of unfold on their own, not necessarily taking any actions per se that are going to change the future. It's more so you and your observational divine feminine energies, which is beautiful. There is beauty in that. You know, you don't have to constantly be forcing or chasing or making change. Okay, so for example, if this is in relationships and you're dating, you know, this could be you just getting to know someone and taking in who they are, observing who they are, not necessarily making any decisions this week, but just kind of seeing how they react to certain situations, certain conversations, and getting to know each other better, or just kind of feeling a situation out and seeing where you want to go from there. So there may not be a lot of clarity for you this week, but I'm not sensing that you're frustrated by that. I'm not sensing that it's a bad thing. It's more so you're in your energy of just going within yourself and seeing what's going on around you. You know, we have a lot of planets in retrograde right now, and this is the perfect time to be doing just that. You know, just be nurturing your own body, health, work, goals, the things that are personal to you, and everything external to you that you can't control, such as your friendships, your relationships, and outside circumstances. You're not trying to force or chase anything there. You're just seeing where the cards lay and letting the universe kind of move for you, which I think is a very wise decision at this time, at least. We have the new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Okay, I'm actually getting a very reassuring energy with this card, and it's saying like this connection that you're worried about, whatever it may be, it is safe. You don't need to be worrying about that at this time, which is beautiful. So I'm seeing it'll be different for everyone. For some of you, you might be worried about the health of a family member. For others of you, you are overly worrying about dating, like if you're getting to know someone new. Overly worried, like, oh my gosh, what if they're a douche canoe, you know, like what if they suck, like what if they're just using me, what if they're wasting your time. I feel like you don't need to be worrying about that with this person. So this is a very reassuring energy when we have the new moon in Cancer. It just shows that the people who are in your life are there for a reason. Remind yourself that they're here for a reason. And I'm getting this reassurance specifically, like people in your life have good intentions. They have good intentions. You don't need to be worrying about this so much. And also your loved ones are safe. Your loved ones are sound. I'm also seeing this energy of, I know this is really, really specific, but some of you might be worried about the health of a niece or nephew or child in your family, specifically a child. Maybe you have some concerns about the diet that their parents have them on, or if you're their parents, you may be concerned about, like, I don't know why I'm seeing like childhood obesity coming up. I know this is really specific, so if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. If it doesn't, like, don't force it. It's very specific. It's just I feel this for someone watching for sure. And I am seeing here that there are changes being made with that if it's not your child. That will help. Okay, you don't need to be worrying about this issue, and the universe is just kind of reassuring, like, hey, this child is safe, this child is fine, and things are getting better in that area if it's not your child. If it is your child, again, I feel guided to say everything's fine, everything will be fine. You don't need to be so worried about it. If you have any concerns about the food or level of activity that your child is having, of course, you know, make amendments where you need to in their diet and the activities that you share with each other. But I just keep getting this reassuring feeling from your spirit guides, like, it's fine, it's fine. Moving on, we have the Devil in reverse coming out as your major arcana. So this is from a major arcana deck. It only has major arcana cards. I just felt like using it. And so the Devil reverse is actually a really, really good card. It shows breaking out of negative patterns. And I'm coming back to that child, like a child in your life. may not have been in the best circumstances for their mental health or their physical health, and we see that improving. And I feel like you should know, like, you don't have to worry. For others of you, you know, this could be a child that is kind of leaving the nest in a sense, like a teenager, late teenager, young adult who may be going off to college, may be doing their own thing. And like, I just keep getting this worried parent or like aunt and uncle feeling or even grandparent feeling. And these cards are saying it is fine. Like, this child is happy, very excited to be gaining more independence. Even if they're a young child, you know, they may be going to school for the first time and you're worried about them, like, oh my gosh. And it's like, they love it. Relax. They're having fun. It's really good for them. It's enjoyable. So I just really feel guided to say, like, you don't need to worry about that if anyone's worrying about that. Also, I see this as you breaking out of your own past. And I feel like in the past, you may have, for some of you, especially if you're dating, you may have been in abusive, toxic situations. And I'm getting this energy here of like, I don't want to waste my time again. I don't want to end up with a douche canoe again. And it has a lot of worry here that the person that you're new to dating is going to screw you over. And I just don't see that as the case. Well, you know, they might, I don't know, but I see that they have good intentions. And again, I keep getting this warm rush of just reassurance from your spirit guides. Like, you really don't need to be worried here. You are letting go of this toxicity. It's purging from your system. This is a whole new situation. So let's dive into your tarot. 9 cards, 3 rows of 3 from the Wildwood Tarot. First card out is Balance. Beautiful, with the snake energy here of healing. Snakes, serpents represent healing. They represent transformation. And again, I come back to that message of physical health improving in you or a close loved one, especially if they are younger than you, that you may have been worried about. I am seeing balance being restored into your life as well. For some reason, I am seeing like hormonal balance, pH level balance, those types of phrases coming out, nutritional balance. So some of you may have gotten some blood work done or having some health imbalances that you are correcting this week, or this could be someone in your life who you are worried about, and it's like, it's all good. It's all good. I'm also seeing an increased sense of just balanced mind and a balanced life, you know, making time for all the important areas of life: spirituality, adventure and romance, friends, work, etc., self-care. Like, you're balancing all of that out this week. We have the King of Vessels, the Heron. Okay, yeah, guys, going back to any of you who are in the dating game here, there's a really good person for you this week. Like, I really do want to reassure you and say that their feelings are really their intentions are really pure. Their feelings are here and abundant, and this is a mature, good person who I think is going to treat you really right. They could be a water sign: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could have significant water placements as well. They don't have to be, though. This is just someone who in the current moment has water energy, meaning like a lot of feelings. And I, again, just keep getting this emotional reassurance of like, this is okay. Like, it's safe for you to trust this person. It's safe for you to open up to this person. Next, they could be a man as well. They could be masculine or older than you, I meant to say. Masculine, older than you. Yeah. We have the 5 of Stones in reversed, Endurance. Okay, and we see here someone in a cave with a fire, and there's a storm outside, and they're just poking the fire, waiting for the storm to pass. They may be a little bit cold. So in reversed, it's saying here, you know, the areas of your life that you feel like you're lacking right now, how can you make the most of it in this time? So for example, if you feel like you're lacking in love, in romance, how can you make up for that? Like, you can start looking at it as, well, I'm single right now. Like, that's fun. That's exciting. I can talk to whoever I want. I have so much free time to hang out with my friends and do my personal hobbies. When you're in a relationship, you may not have that same free time again. So that's kind of looking on the bright side, right? And it's so ironic because once you create a fulfilling life for yourself, it magically manifests, I swear, like every time. Even if it's like financial difficulties that you're experiencing, just waiting and waiting and waiting to get more money, to get a better job, to have more sales, whatever. I am seeing you making the most out of this. Okay, you have extra time. Maybe your work is really slow. What can you do with that extra time? You know, once you look on the bright side like that, maybe you can start a new type of project for yourself. That's actually how I started this YouTube channel. I had a slow month in my business, and I was panicking. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not making any money. And I'm like, you know what? I can sit here and worry about the lack of money coming into my life, or I can use this extra time that I have not doing personal readings, and I can create something new. And that's how I started this YouTube channel. So it's just trying to say, like, look on the bright side of a negative situation. Second row out for you, fourth card, is the Nine of Bows, respect. Okay. Yeah. I feel like you're mama bearing yourself or the children in your life. So yourself, especially if you're in a vulnerable situation right now, like kind of like defending yourself. Like, I just keep coming back to like this fear that someone is a douchebag, and Spirit's saying they're not a douchebag, but like you're like really sticking up for yourself. For example, if this person that you're talking to, if you are talking to someone, for instance, like forgets to text you back one day, and then they get back to you like the next day, and it's been like 24 hours since, you know, you last texted them, you might actually call them out on that. Like, you know what? And in a mature way, hopefully. Like, I don't feel good when you leave me on red that long. I don't feel good when you take that long to get back to me. It makes me feel like you're uninterested and possibly playing games. And, you know, I'm not someone who plays those games, and I'm not accusing you of anything, but I just want to let you know how it makes me feel. So mama bearing yourself, putting up your boundaries this time around. It feels like you were slighted in the past, Gemini, and this time around you will not be slighted no more, but you're coming off as extra mama bear-like. I feel like the bear spirit is actually very much with you. You know, I was just reading about bears the other day. Bears are like, black bears are one of my spirit guides. I've had so many magical moments with bear energy in my life, but the female bears are so cool because they do everything for their children, like complete unconditional love, maternal love. Like, they actually use humans sometimes as like shields for their babies. So male bears have a thing where they kill the baby bears to reset the female bears, the mama bears, mating cycle. Why am I going off on this tangent right now? Where was I going with this, actually? Anyways, I'm not going to go off on a whole rant about bears. Like, I just love them. I just see you in your protective mama bear energy, okay? That's all I'm saying. Center of your spread is Ace of Bows in reverse, the spark of life. Yeah, I feel like this passion is wanting to come in for you. Like, oh my gosh, if this is romance, it's like you feel this spark of passion with someone kind of emerging right now, but I feel like you're almost shutting it down. You're almost shutting it down yourself, or trying not to let it happen, because again, you're in your protective mama bear energy, and it's like, well, I don't want to feel this hormonal way again, this unconditional love again, and give everything that I give to this person only for them to be a doucher. And it's like, guys, you need to learn how to trust, because you have the King of Vessels, the Heron, which is just someone who is completely deserving of love and trust. So one thing I want to say this week is have a little bit of trust in all areas. If this is a child who has a little bit more independence, like say they went off to college, or their curfew was extended, or if it's like a young child and I don't know, they're kind of showing their own interests, gaining more independences in their own ways, like trust them, okay? I think they're trustworthy. And you just have this almost like anxiety, this fear of getting hurt again that I think needs to be worked through. Same thing in love and romance. Like, give this person a chance, will you? Okay? Because I feel like you're so afraid of going back to that hormonal, like unyielding love, loyal place that you were in when you last got hurt. You know, you would have done anything for that person. You probably gave a lot of yourself to that person, whoever it may have been, and they may have hurted you, you know, with the Devil card coming out in reverse. This might have been someone not good for you in the past. And you're afraid to get into that trusting place, because you don't want to be giving all this energy and get burned. Okay, 6th card out for you is the 4 of Stones in reversed, protection. There is some money messages here. Save your money up this week. Some of you might be feeling a lack of finances coming in. Does that sound right? Like, are you taking time off or something? Or is this your slow season usually? Or if you're going back to school, like there may be a lot of expenses with that. I do see here the need to pay attention to where your money is going, and yeah, just making sure all of your bills are paid first and foremost. As soon as they like come out, you know what I mean? Like just making sure everything's paid, you're good to go, and then you can enjoy your money for the rest of the month. That's what I want to say here. Final row out for you, 7th card, is the 8 of Bows in reversed, Hearthfire. We see love, we see family. I'm very good family energies here. Honestly, there may be a really good family get-together or family vibe. Your relationships with your family may be improving as well. 8 of Bows also shows forward momentum in your life, generally speaking. However, there is an energy here of, how do I put it? Like, it's so hard to describe what I'm feeling. It's like when you love so deeply. Like, you love at a familial level. Like, the way that people treat their family, like you will do anything for your family, like to protect your blood, you know, even if you hate them, even if you don't like them, like you're there for your family. That's how you love everyone, which is why I feel like you're so protective over your heart right now. And you're in your mama bear energy, just demanding respect for yourself or someone more vulnerable, like a child in your life, trying to like get them to be respected. Some of you may have some beef with a sibling who has a child, and again, this is so specific, or like a cousin who has a child, because you might think that they're not raising that child the way that, like, properly. Maybe they get very frustrated and they yell at their children or their child, or maybe, you know, this child suffers from like health problems, you know, like we were picking up on like childhood obesity earlier, and like, I don't know, I'm getting this like frustration from you, mama bear energy, like don't neglect this child. So there's some frustration there for some of you, which is very specific. Yeah, interesting message. We have the 7 of Vessels in reverse. I also want to argue this could be you defending yourself to your parents, older siblings, or anyone older than you in your family, and kind of demanding that respect for yourself. Like, you will not talk to me like this type of energy. You will not do that. I see you establishing boundaries, but you're being slightly aggressive. Just being honest. You're being just a little aggressive with it. So relax a little bit. Again, especially if it comes to love, like, okay, everyone is human. Some people make mistakes sometimes that aren't a huge deal. And I get it, you're trying to protect yourself. Like, I see you taking no nonsense, and you're coming across that way to people as well, like, especially if you're dating, especially like if you have friends. If you have friends, like, you're just like, no, don't waste my time. So for example, if this is friendships and someone makes a plan with you, and they're the one that initiated this plan, like, hey, you want to hang out on Sunday? Sure, let's hang out on Sunday. And then Sunday comes around and they're like, oh, something else came up. Like, sorry, I'm busy. It's like, all right, cool. And then they're like, yeah, well, how about tomorrow or the next day? You're going to be like, actually, turns out I'm busy all week. And then just to spite them, you're going to spend your alone time every single day that week. Like, you are coming across as a no-nonsense person, which is really good. Honestly, for some of you, Gemini, I feel like this is the positive shift that you really needed, because in the past, with the Devil reverse, like, you might have been walked all over in the past. And I feel like Venus retrograde in particular has taught you, especially with Neptune retrograde as well, has taught you how to really stand up for yourself and not be in the energy that gets people to feel like they could walk all over you. You know, you're really laying the law down, which I actually love. I love this for you. So anyway, 7 of Vessels morning in reversed. Yeah, this is just kind of clarifying that there is still some past energy carrying over here, like some past wound that you are so afraid of repeating. And again, I'm getting this like thing of like your own past, especially if you're a parent. Like, you do not want your children to go through some of the things that you went through, which may be why you're so in your mama bear energy right now, or I would say papa bear energy, but male bears kind of suck. They kill their own children. So even if you're a man, you're in your mama bear energy. And yeah, because you don't want the past to repeat itself, whether it's in your own love life or friendships or family or younger generations. Like, I am seeing that. Final card out for you is the Knight of Stones horse. I really, really love this card in this row for you because we have the 5 of Stones, 4 of Stones, both in reverse, and then the Knight of Stones. So we do see momentum picking up in your finances. Okay, you might start off this week like, you know, I don't know if I can meet my financial goals. It's pretty slow. Or the week before this, you were thinking that. And we see things picking up for you with the Knight of Stones, like a really good momentum that's very well planned out. I feel like you have a really good financial budget for yourself. Also, like a health plan if you are focused on health right now, mental health, physical health. I see you having a plan, and that plan is really going to build a lot of momentum if you stick to it. So good job, guys. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my spiritual life coaching sessions there and my goddess energy intention oil. So go ahead and check it out. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.